Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike coming at you with the weekly news and review for May 18th, 2025. We've got some news today. It's not a ridiculous amount of news, but there's always something going on. I never thought that I would see BLOKEES blowing up the front page. It's some big news, some bad news, some green news and purple news. Super 7's got some monstrous reactions news to get into. I think they're all just pretty much repaints, but there it is. And then we've got some nacelle updates. Probably nothing major, but since we talk about this, I've got a few things to say about nacelle, which I actually kind of like the direction they're going for the most part. And then we've got some Razor's Edge figures. Prices here is the Ninja Gaiden. And then we've got some Thundercats news. This is big Thundercats news. I don't usually follow this, but I will talk about it. And then more of the Haulathon stuff. I'm kind of finding out why people are so excited each week about Haulathon stuff that's already shown up in the stores. I'll explain that. I kind of got that explained to me. And then we got a new droid and a little bit more Star Wars news this week coming up. Starting out with what's new at Shozi Store, and I'm going to talk about this simply because of the fact that there's going to be some more BLOKEES news, and this is going to be important to understand. But this is Chapter 3, so I guess the newest stuff, model kit set of 12. You get this 12 figures in it for $30. That's a really good value, but some are vehicles. You get Megatron Optimus Prime Vehicle, Shockwave Scrapper, Mixer, Long Haul, Soundwave Grimlock, Hot Rod, Jazz, Skywarp, Optimus Prime. They also have the Chapter 7 Transformers 1 stuff, 9 figures for $65. But this set is impressive because it's only $30 plus $6.90 shipping. So Robot Toys is putting out their RT20 Hades, and it's Rampage 5.31 inches, so it is Legend scale, and it does look like a good render, but anyway, it's $1 down. Not sure the price just yet. Also, it looks like if you want to build this Devastator for Magic Square, then you can get 2 of the 3 sets, but the 3rd set's sold out. So that does kind of suck, but you've got a sale on 1, and it's like $7 off. The reason I noticed that Magic Square deal is because people have been telling me this Magic Square MSO2 EX Light of Peace, which I already have and I use in every one of my videos, is back up, but it's $139.99 plus $8.70 shipping. Still, in my opinion, right now it's the best Prime to get on the market for the price. And also the fact that the next Prime I get is probably going to be, well, the KO of the Studio Series and then Fans Toys. But I'm not looking to buy any more Primes. But if you're looking for a good one and you don't have one, I still suggest this one. And Joy Toy at, this is Gundam It, is selling a Krang, and I think it's actually in stock, and it is $44.99 plus $5.10 shipping, but it is a good 6.3 inches tall, so it's going to be a pretty good size figure overall for this line. So I guess we're going to just jump to this, and then we'll get to all the other news, but the BLOKEES issue here is the fact that this Devastator, the parts are not going to be available in the US. We cannot sell in the US because the copyright holder does not allow it. We are an official channel, so we must strictly abide by the requirements. And this is BLOKEES' official site, so you can't order officially from them. That doesn't mean you can't get it from Shozi if Shozi stocks it, or any other place that stocks it and is willing to send it to the US. And with that, the official statement is that the copyright holder, Hasbro, isn't letting them ship it for whatever reason. But this product's been in the works for a long time, and they've been open and honest with what's going on with this project. So why is it that they're not going to be allowed to do it? It's kind of strange, but I still think it's going to be possible. If you're in on this, then I still think it's going to be relatively possible to get the combining parts. Then I'm seeing some pictures of a different coloration of a Devastator. Not sure if this is somebody already got their hands on 2 and customized one, or if BLOKEES is planning on making 2 different color variations. Not sure about that, but interesting stuff going on with it. The Devastator Wars are here. We're in the midst of it, and one day the Devastator Wars will probably be in our rear view. Alright, so we got some stuff. It's not exactly Masterpiece, but we see this. This is the Adamus Machina AMT-01EX Rodimus Light version. It's just a recolor of the Rodimus, but it's kind of interesting because this is the Takara Tomy T-Spark. There was some sort of an event. We're going to see a lot of pictures from that, and of course that is going to mix in a little bit with some of the other scales, but this is sort of considered Masterpiece, probably a little on the short side. So there was a Shizuoka hobby show. I'm saying it wrong, I'm sure. And if you look at this picture, there's a Devastator in there, what they're doing, and then we're going to look at it a little bit closer, but there's a few other things going on in here. But I think what's most celebrated from them is their Devastator and their Trypticon. They're making a Masterpiece hauler, so this is based on the original Masterpiece mold, which is a good mold, it's a good figure for Inferno and Grapple, but this one is the green hauler, and it makes sense. They're putting something else out, another character out, without having to do any tooling, as cheap as possible, and that's smart, that's how they did it. But will this have a huge following? I don't know. One thing about this event is that this showed off the first real prototype of Predaking. So this is AMO2 Predaking sample, color sample, and it looks pretty good. See, I'm kind of in that range that it's G1 enough, but of course it is a little bit on the stylized side, but still it's G1 enough for me. Would I want it super ultra G1 and get an X Transbots or a Fans Toys version? Heck yeah, I would. Am I in on this? It depends on price, so I will wait and see what price is on it. But I don't think it's going to be that tall, though. Everyone's saying it's closer to Chug scale, and it's interesting they had it in its own display, not around other things to get a good sense for size and scale on it. But I think it's going to be around the 18-inch scale. 17, 18-inch. I don't think it'll be much bigger than that, and that's... I think their last one was around that height, maybe a little shorter. And then they have the Takara Tomy Zoids and Diaclone Transformers Shield D Prime. So it's an interesting thing that they're making right here, and it is kind of fun to bring some of that stuff back and reimagine it in a way. Is kind of what they're doing right here, in my opinion, and adding a transforming element to it. But this is not for me. But there's other people out there that are really going to appreciate this and get excited for this, enjoy this. This is called, which I really don't know what this is, but it's called Takara Tomy Synergenics Series Macross 7 crossover with Transformers Basara Convoy Gray prototype. I just think it does have a cool alt mode. I'm not exactly sure if I'm sold on the bot mode at all, but it's really a Macross. If it's a Macross crossover, where in the heck is Jetfire? Where is the Valkyrie? But you can do more than just a Valkyrie in the world of Macross. It's pronounced Valkyrie, Mike. Valkyrie. X-Transbots has an update for the Target Master for the MX-68. Is this the Misfire? Is this the Misfire one? Anyhow, it looks pretty good. I think they do a great job on theirs. It's fine. I have the one I use with my Hot Rod. It's not really made... It's made for Hot Rod, but it doesn't really fit Hot Rod that well, but I still like it. And I think they've done a pretty decent job on these. Really, there's not a whole lot that you'd expect from these things. And with that, better than a G1, right? Wait. Will this be more fun than a G1 Target Master? Now, I did just review something from Shozi that was in the chibi style. I feel like this is chibi style also, whatever the heck that means. This is Mecha Carmen, then via the Shinsu Toy Box on Weibo. And these are interesting. Now, this style is not so much for me. I don't believe these transform. But the one I took a look at, the JGM Steelhead Commander, I looked at the Nemesis version, that does transform. So I think it's a big difference between whether you're buying these in this style that do transform or don't transform, because They're going to feel a lot different, and they're going to operate a lot different. But this is new. Does everything that shows up that's new classify as news? This is the Miniforce Dinoroid Rex Kaiser, which we've seen these Dino Combiners in the past, and I still am not 100% sure where to order them from, but Weibo user Toy Development _ SAMG had shown this off, and this shows, I'm guessing, both modes. You can have the combined mode, and then you can have separate modes, and the size and scale. That's a real keyboard there, and that's a miniature fan. I'm guessing 13 inches, maybe. I mean, what's another inch? 15 inches? I still haven't got any Aldi stuff yet. Aldi's, oddly enough. But I'm still waiting to get that from Show Z Store when that comes in. But this one is the Coronation Starscream set. And showing it on Weibo, it looks good. I would skip the standard one and go with this if I could. Or I'm not sure exactly how this is getting sold. Still, it's one of those things that's obligatory with Starscream at this point. And I think I thought I saw someone using it on a Prime. Like, it has holes in the top for Prime's stacks to go through, so that then you can pop on Starscream's head and pretend the Starscream pretending to be Prime scene. Yeah, I think you can do that. So we got some more pictures of the Scourge, the AMK Pro Series Yellow Park. I will have to say this, that all these scales, this stuff gets confusing. So this is about 8 inches or so, maybe even taller, but in the 8-inch scale. And then I believe these are both Yellow Parks, but one's a clean version, one's the dirty version. This one is the dirty version that is part of the Rise of the Beast. If I got all that right. One's a pro and one's not a pro. But this is the $60 one. You can still order it right now from Yellow Park themselves, the Yellow Park store site, if you want to. Okay, so we have another color, yet another color of this one right here. This is it William? Now this is Lincoln, and I think what we got coming up is going to be William. Anyway, New Age has done a really good job with this figure. I like it. I only wish I would have waited and gone with the EX version on the left. And I like the black colors of it, the toy version. To me, this character just matches the toy more. Even when you see it on the show, I can make that link. I mean, it's one of those things. Not everybody does. Some people would say, nope, the one in the middle is more correct and accurate. That's the one you should go with. Which is the one I did get, by the way. But should have gone with the one on the left, in my opinion. I might still pick it up at $60 on this. And then there's this one on the right. It's kind of a goldish bronze color. And you know there's going to be at least 3 more colorations. And then, by the way, I'm going to do a versus with the Magic Square and their hoist. I've had Magic Squares for like 6 months. I'm waiting for them to bring their hoist so that I can do the comparisons. And here's a great picture of this one's William. William! It's their Sunstreaker. These are all Legends scale, and I think it looks pretty good. And compared to this, it looks fine. Size-wise. But I did see someone else with a different comparison this past week. Lucky I do still have that picture. Okay, excellent. And so this is him compared to Mirage for Magic Square. As we see, New Ages are a little smaller. And when will Magic Square ever get around to making this? I don't know. So I'm in on this one, and I'll just kind of group some of the smaller ones together and the bigger ones together. I can make it work in any display. If I get in some Hasbro stuff, this is the Chomp and Battle Grimlock in hand. I don't know, is it like a $10 thing, $15 thing? It's for the kiddos, and it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to have little action features and stuff, and be fun for the kids, which is fine. And just so you know, it was on the store shelf. And you'll probably notice by the way it's packaged that it's not something for us, but it's for the children. Oh yeah, I don't know why I've left this picture mixed with the Hasbro stuff. I really am intrigued by this 2-pack. It's the C09 2-pack of Bumblebee and Cliffjumper. I'm just curious, would that have made them cheaper if they just did this from the get-go? Is this going to be offered up everywhere? And will we ever see these repackaged with U.S. packaging on a blister card. I mean, there's a lot of questions, and I guess they're going to leave that up to us to answer. I don't know, but I think it's interesting that they're doing this 2-pack. Don't know exactly where it's going to be available, and not really sure why, because is it going to save any money? And they're going to be packaged in robot mode. Robot mode! Alright, here's the fun little puzzle. This is the Amazon exclusive Transformers Crash and Combine Heroes Optimus Prime, okay, and Bumblebee in-hand images by Chuck Dog, 1999. So you take these two and you combine them to make this. Combino the Bumblebee and the Optimus Prime. Again, this is targeting kids, so kids can have some fun as easy as possible, I guess. Well, what accompanies easy is cheaper to produce. So this is probably going to affect Transformer prices at Walmart, but I'm just going to talk about it. If I use the T word, I offend too many people, so I will just let you read it for what it is. But Walmart, which is the largest retailer of the U.S., in the U.S., is the latest to come out and warn customers that they plan to increase prices on products due to recent T-words and the price increases. People get mad at me when I say freedom, too. I'm not going to... freedom. The price increases are expected to start kicking in towards the end of this month, with more to follow in June. This is even despite the recent 90-day reprieve that lowered duties on Chinese imports to 30%, according to Walmart's CFO talking to CNBC. And this is from TNI News. Jay Cochran over there reporting on this. This is generally going to be a blanket price increase. But I got to tell you this, I don't really buy a whole lot at Walmart. Walmart's also talking about getting rid of self-checks in 600 stores. They're going to do a whole lot of things, shoot themselves in the foot. And the 30% that they're saying they're raising in prices, all those places that they take the self-checks out and they don't let people shop the way they're used to, they're going to lose the cash. People that come in that try to pay in cash, and then they're going to go 100% to using their app, the Scan and Go. I mean, they're going to do that with Sam's. They're going to lose a lot of sales, and the test markets for those have, from my inside people that I know, the test market is showing very, very poor results with all of these changes that Walmart's making. And Walmart has been doing a horrible job in the last 3 years with customer service. And now with this, they're saying they're forced to raise prices on Japanese imports. That means some of the toys, but not everything, because some of the Transformers are made in Taiwan. Alright, so there's probably more Transformers news out there, but it's all just redundant. It's the same stuff we've been seeing and talking about, and just redundant. So it's not new, it's the same. So we're going to move on to some other stuff. And this is Super 7 with their Universal Monsters Reactions blind box, and they appear to be in black and white, and it's coming soon. I do not like blind box. I do not. Unless, like, let's just buy a case, and then you have to sell off your extras, and that's not even fun anymore. So, with that, there you go. If you're interested in this stuff, I think I might be in if I can get a colored set, with all of the original colorations. I'm not a fan of the black and white stuff, but I do understand the black and white stuff is what you originally saw it, right? So, it's how you originally saw it, then you like it, and if you like it, then I guess you win. Okay, Haulathon. Haulathon stuff. I wasn't really understanding why people got so excited every week about Haulathon. And it's turning out that this stuff is now actually for pre-order. And not just that, but some of the stuff's even available at BBTS. So when people make a big deal about a Haulathon, yes, the stuff's been in stores for 2-3 weeks. But that's worked its way through and sold out. And then what avenue do you have if you missed it? Then you order it online. And generally it's been pretty easy to get online most of the items. Well, especially now that a lot of people are turtled out like me. But like this is supposed to be up at Big Bad Toy Store now with the NECA Mirage Foot Assassin, April O'Neil, Battle Damaged Shredder, general pre-orders. So they're not just Target Haulathons right now. And this one should be up for pre-order at just Target for now. And I think this one might just be an exclusive to Target. But then again, like, I don't really watch this stuff too close because I'm turtled out and not buying everything. I bought Shredder and I bought Panda, but I'm not getting everything, although this looks cool. And we did see it when they first started talking about it. A really cool looking, what are they calling this one? Dark Leo. Dark Leo. Here is the packaging for Dark Leo, which I did see this in the store. And this is another example of one that I saw for a couple of days, and then like the fourth day, I didn't see any more. People got them, or maybe it was ordered online, sent to another part of the country. I don't know about that, but that's why people are getting excited about the Holothon stuff, because it's open for ordering and not just if your store was lucky enough to get one. Alright, so we've got a lot of other fighting news. This is King of Fighters 98. Joy Toy, Goro, Damon, Kaio, Kusunji, and then Vijamaro Nikaido. I said all that wrong, I'm sure, but here's the thing. These are 4-inch or 1/18 scale. So some will be 4, some will be 5.5 or something because it's a bigger character. But they're all $50 for 1/18 scale. Yes, they have to be imported. Yes, it's not something that's generally made for the U.S. market, but it sort of is made for the U.S. market. Let's just put it that way. And it's going to come up with the box in English and stuff. So how is it not made for the U.S. market? But that's kind of pricey. But if you're a big fan of this, then go for it. I'm not in on it because it's just, I never played it. I mean, I played it a little bit, but it wasn't one of my top games. And well, I played it on the Neo Geo Pocket, so they were all kind of like super deformed. Make a lot of sense if I grouped all the video game fighting characters together, but I'm not. I'm going to jump around. Okay, Roboforce Wave 2 figures by Nacelle. And this is a new assortment of Roboforce action figures by Nacelle. The new wave includes Hundred, Detonator, and Sentinel, and the Crumungen 7-inch scale figures. Here's the thing. The animated series is on Tubi. And I never really had any sort of tie to this, and I think there was even a cartoon for Roboforce back in the day. I tried to watch that, and I tried to watch this new one. It just really didn't appeal to me. It's not like it's bad, it just didn't appeal to me. I look forward to Power Lords. Power Lords has never had a TV show, and they're going to make a Power Lords TV show. I think that will be very impactful. Hopefully they make that a little bit more on the mature side. This feels kind of kiddish, childish, kind of a slapstick show in a way. I really want a little more mature for Power Lords. I hope. But it's still kind of fun that all this is going on. Jumping around. Get up, get down with the amazing Yamaguchi Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. This is Kasumi and Ryu. The thing is, these are up for order on BBTS, and you've got one of the Ryu figures is $105, and I'm not sure why it's less expensive than the other one that's already in stock for $135, and then the Kasumi is $95. So there's prices on these. If you're in them, you can go get them at BBTS. Well, they got them, and they are in the 7-inch scale ish. Yeah, they were 6.7 inches, 1.21 gigawatts. Medicom has released previews for their upcoming Bride of Chucky and Berserker Mafex figures. Stay tuned for more details. This is all the information that they gave. And I believe these are Medicom, like 6-7-inch scale, that kind of scale, but $100 plus. And they all look pretty interesting. What's going on here? Soft good usage on that little Chucky. I don't collect the Chucky stuff, but I've been seeing it everywhere lately. I've seen it at the Targets and all of that. And I don't know anything about Berserker. I actually thought that was Keanu Reeves at first. We're jumping around again, and this dude looks like he's falling over, but he's doing like a low kick, showing off his skill there. Storm Collectibles has released the preview of their arena version of their upcoming Baki Hanma, son of Ogre Yujiro Hanma figure. Stay tuned for more details. So this is something coming. I'm believing this is in the $30 price range, maybe $40. So What I understand is if it says Storm Arena, it's cheaper. If it's Storm Collectibles, it's 100 plus. That's my understanding of that. I still have no tie to this figure, no tie to what's going on with this at all. But looks interesting. All right, now we're going to get into talking about 12-inch figures. I don't usually talk about 12-inch figures, but I've got two today I'm going to talk about. This is the first one is Mondo, Thundercats, Mumra, 1/6 scale statue, or scale figure, not statue, figure, actual figure. I don't really talk about statues that much either, but so it is going to be 12-inch. It's going to be highly detailed. It's going to be more realistic than like what Super 7 puts out, and of course it's going to be twice the size, but it's going to be 6 times the price. They haven't released the price yet, but I'm guaranteeing you it's going to be $280 or something weird like that. But I wouldn't mind getting a Mammut, but there's a human hand holding a Mammut. Of course, size varies on human anatomy and hands and stuff, but there's the Mammut. It's a good looking Mammut though, I mean, I must say. And you don't get very many Mammuts. They made 2 in the vintage line, 1 that was made for Super 7, and that's all I know of Mammuts. And I'm still jumping around. I've heard a lot of people saying they had trouble getting either Bert or Ernie, one or the other. I saw them both, but then they came and gone. So if I wanted to go to a store and buy one now, like I decided to have the urge to put them with my count. 1, 2, 3, 4 Sesame Street figures. Well, they're at BBTS right now for $37.99, and that's normal price. So they're not being jacked up in price, and they're up for sale. I bet BBTS has had them for a while, but they weren't allowed to list them until a certain date because of the whole haulathon and the first sales from Target. But if you missed them at Target and you want them now, you can get them at BBTS. All right, I guess there's nothing left with Star Wars news, and here we go with the new Droid Factory R2 DL70 Astromech droid. Surfaces on eBay. So we're getting our news from eBay sellers who got it before it was even announced. That's interesting, but it's not the first, and that's more of a G.I. Joe classified maneuver. But Disneyland's 70th anniversary is what it's all about. Disneyland, not World. The first one made was Disneyland in California, and then Walt Disney decided that he could do better. He can do things better, make a better experience, and he made Disney World. Disney World is better than Disneyland. I've been to both, and I'll tell you, I'm not going back to either one. It's just way too expensive. So I didn't know that Amazon didn't have pre-orders on Black Series and Vintage Collection product, but it's saying here they've resumed it, but some reasonable prices still to be had. Good or bad, I don't like the new price of the Vintage Collection stuff, so nothing's really grabbing me for a $17 price point for the Vintage Collection. Black Series, $25 is still quite a bit, but I saw some of the stuff show up actually at Walmart. That Moff Gideon showed up at Walmart, so a few things in Black Series showed up in an end cap at Walmart, but this stuff's up for pre-order at Amazon if you're into it. Sideshow Collectibles is now taking pre-orders of the 1/6 scale deluxe Darth Vader Revenge of the Sith Hot Toys, and it is $495 to get the droid and the table and all of that, and a good looking Darth Vader. And with that, there are other options available. You can get collector's edition for $315, which I don't know what it has and doesn't have, but there's a special edition exclusive $315 and deluxe exclusive $495. So there's 3 different pricing tiers, or basically 2 different pricing tiers and different options and setups you get. I do not do the 12. I don't have room for it, and I definitely don't have that in my budget, but a lot of people like this stuff. Most weeks there's more news about the Hot Toys than there is anything else in Star Wars, but then sometimes we do get news. Now, I did talk about how people got their orders canceled. It was sad. It's sad that people got their orders canceled. More sad than me being, an hour or 2 late to pre-order it and not getting a pre-order in, but they're starting to show up. So all the pre-orders get canceled, or some. A few people reported that their pre-orders didn't get canceled. They said, I still want it, I still want it, I still want it. Boom, it's shipped. So some of it is shipping. Some people are just finding it on the app and just ordering it as a pickup or ordering it as shipped. And eventually I feel like one day I'll just walk into a Target and there it'll be. And the first one I buy is for my friend. The second one will be for me. I'm not that into it, but I do want it for the $60 price versus whatever they charge on the secondary market for these things, like $150. And Andor has ended, so it's concluded all. I guess there's only 9 episodes of it, but they concluded all of the episodes. I haven't watched them. I only watched the first 3. I feel like I'm still waiting on a payoff. Okay, there's 12 episodes. So I'm way behind. I'm 9 episodes behind. Eventually there'll be a payoff down the road if I sit through it all. I don't know. I don't feel like I can binge it either. So it'd be like one a day or something if I do decide to watch it. But it's over. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this week's weekly news and review. What did you think about Andor if you watched the whole thing and binged it? And what do you think about all of the other news this week? What did I miss? I feel like there's something I'm missing. Tell you, hang around.